I'm curious because, you know, we talked about young folks coming out of university, maybe not equipped with some of these fundamental kind of life skills. What's the impact you would have seen of that in an organization like Google? What would that have meant to, you know, the first couple of years in the organization for people?
Yeah, I actually worked as part of an employee resource group focused on women in the workplace, and we had a chapter in Dublin. And one of the things that I often came across in early career women at Google was just the lack of confidence. You know, across so many different areas, but I I definitely keep going back to the fact, I think, Stephen, you were just talking about it, is that we don't develop these types of skills in school. And perhaps it's not the responsibility of schools, but,
No.
you know, there's maybe an element that sits within the school, then we support that at home. But it's certainly something that I saw just take over women in the workplace, really kind of limit their growth or opportunities that they were prepared to put themselves forward for. Huge issues with imposter syndrome. Mindy and I have talked about this before. You know, all of that stuff that I'm sure you've all kind of encountered. And I'm always brought back to, you know, the early intervention. And actually, when we were talking about the pro bono work before, I was just talking to an organization yesterday who go into schools and do some group coaching around the areas of confidence, how to set goals, how to take small steps towards achieving your goals, that kind of stuff. I just think it's incredibly important to intervene early, or at least kind of open them up to these conversations. And Stephen, as you said, like, support at home is incredibly important there.
We just, you're spot on, Cathy. We just did, STEERus just filled out an RFP for, I think it was the state of Rhode Island. And, you know, these, at least in the states, the states themselves, certain states have seen what coaching can do for them. And they put out a request to say, we need coaches for our principals, and then we need coaches for our teachers, and then we'd like to have some coaches for our staff, not the kids, but for those three, because they know that once it gets delivered there, that hopefully it can trickle down into the kids, or at least, you know, if there could be some education there, but even just to help them to be able to handle, you know, students. And, you know, whether they're looking for, you know, that Band-Aid or that plaster to put over something that's really, you know, probably, I don't know, systemic, that's a bit, you know, bigger than this. Yeah. The fact is that they are looking and they're asking and they're saying, please, someone, can you just come in and help?